World of Tanks Update 2.0 Overview by Wargaming Europe.
It marks the start of a new era.
Oh.
New garage / or mostly the UI, I guess. Personally, I like it. I think the current UI is terrible.
Yeah.
I think it's about time they change it. Could the icons and the things look better? It's just text now, but I like the overall the layout.
It kind of reminds you of Blitz. I get this like mobile game feel.
Yeah.
I get the impression that this is just a mobile game garage that they just upscaled for PC.
But then we have the actual garage that looks amazing.
If you just ignore, you know, the boxes and the text and the resources and everything, the garage itself, I think, looks pretty cool. However, I need to add, because a lot of people have been reading about it, they want the old garage. And this is something that I have been asking for since basically forever. Why not let people decide which garage? It's literally just a background, right? Like, as far as I know, you can't navigate the garage. That's just a placeholder to put tanks on top, right? And I'm pretty sure they have this in World of Warships, that is used to. So if they want to have like a themed garage for a special event, like during Christmas or whatever, you can like force people to have that garage at that period, that's fine. But whenever there's like the default garage available, I think you should be able to just swap. I really don't think that should be that big of a deal to implement. What if you can navigate the garage? Well, then it's completely different, I suppose.
Yeah, but I agree. The garage should be more customizable.
Yeah.
But regarding the UI, if they wouldn't have changed the look of the garage itself, I think I would have been pretty upset with the UI because it just looks extremely corporate and basic.
It looks like Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Yeah, it's super like corporate, simplistic design.
The UI lacks a soul, I agree. A garage is easily fixable, like they could easily go and fix the garage, so I'm not worried about that.
How many times haven't the garage changed since the launch of the game?
And that kind of frustrates me, because I'm pretty sure most people have like one favorite garage. I don't know about you guys. I miss this garage. The old, like simple, cozy garage. There were two separate garages depending on if you had a premium account or not.
It's spacious.
Very spacious, Zwhatsh. Like your mom!
Damn, boy.
Is that a freaking tank battle simulator? Did they have those?
Yep. Oh, Type 5.
Oh, let's go, Zwhatsh.
We'll get to him later.
The garage interface has also been updated. The top of the screen.
This looks like a straight out of Call of Duty or Battlefield. I'm really curious how the settings are gonna look, because the setting options have been terrible as well.
Can now be expanded by pressing the space bar.
I like this. I like this.
Yes.
This is very good.
This is a freaking godsend right here. This.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Why did it take 15 years to get this?
For different moods.
For me and Zwhatsh, this is amazing. Boiling Point Battle Pass. Damn.
In just a few clicks, you'll find a description of its mechanics.
Mechanics.
You find a description of the mechanic.
And it's
finally.
And this.
Man.
Finally. Holy crap.
I think it is genuinely an embarrassment that this wasn't in the game at launch, and instead you have been relying on third-party websites. Honestly, probably one of the better things in this entire freaking update.
Even mods had it. Yeah. For how many years?
Forever! We're gonna like make so many thumbnails in here, Zwhatsh.
Level 2.
That's right. Tier 11.
Oh boy. Yeah. Tier 11.
I honestly did not think we would have tier 11 soon, and if we would, I would have assumed it would be like a different client or a different mode.
Tier 11. I have extremely mixed feelings about this, but I understand why it's like necessary to call this 2.0.
I am gonna run a poll here. How do you feel about tier 11 tanks? 43% says I don't care.
Yeah, so I said that my feelings are very mixed about this. I see why they kind of had to do it in order to call this 2.0, because I know they've been cooking up this patch for a long ass time.
Yeah.
And to properly call it 2.0, they really needed some kind of clickbait, as you said before the stream.
I feel that tier 11 is the clickbait for the whole update. That's what's gonna spread the word. Tier 11, I mean, it's cool, it's progressive, you know, more content, very clickbaity. A lot of people are gonna be hyped. But I kind of feel like Tier 10 has been like the peak of World of Tanks since forever. And now all of a sudden, Tier 10 tanks are no longer tier 10 tanks. Now they are basically what tier 9 tanks kind of used to be.
It's been a convention that's been established for so long that it kind of feels like changing a core mechanic of the game. I don't know, adding a triple jump to Super Mario all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Even though you only have a double jump, but then you add a triple jump. Now the whole game plays differently because now you can reach places you haven't been able to reach before. It's kind of like...
How many of you guys have reached a tier 10 tank of a certain tech tree and felt like, oh, thank God I'm finished? How many of you guys have put on like a bond equipment, maybe even experimental equipment on a tier 10 tank? You have the best crew at your disposal in a tier 10 tank. You have invested lots of credits, time, money to get that final form of a certain tech tree, and now all of a sudden it's not the best tank. That's kind of how I feel.
I think a big problem with this is that tier 10 is probably my least favorite tier in the game. Because it's such a toxic tier with so many extremes, like going in all direction. We have extreme firepower, we have extreme armor, we have extreme mobility, we have extreme visibility and scouting and camouflage. Like everything is just going in all kinds of directions.
Yep.
So tier 10 is just not fun to play unless you're like playing something that doesn't really partake in the meta anymore, just like derp around in a Jag Panzer or something. So now adding a tier 11 that has these unique mechanics, tier 10 is gonna become even worse. I think, that this is not confirmed of course, but I feel, my initial impression is that tier 10 is gonna become an even bigger of a shit show because of tier 11. But we have the big rebalance.
Yeah, we
so
do.
Maybe they're gonna address that shit show.
I feel like it's just more fuel to the fire in a way. And I mean, and tier 11, like, how does that mean in like competitive play? Are we gonna get tier 11 in Clan Wars and Onslaught? And tier 11 is that gonna be like some like bonus premium tier, or is tier 11 gonna be the new tier 10?
Yeah, that's a big question mark that I haven't even thought about.
Wargaming said that tier 11 won't be a competitive tier. Yeah, that's what it said about tier 8 premiums as well. See how that went.
We have a personal issue. This is not gonna really affect anyone else but us, probably.
Yeah.
And that is our tech tree experience videos. We have made the mouse tech tree experience video.
We just made the British double barrel.
Yeah, and now these lines have yet another tank in them. So...
and they're probably gonna add one for every line in the tree eventually. To all those lines we have already made, and they've added a tier 11 tank. My suggestion would be get on a press account and play a couple of games in that tier 11 tank and just make a dedicated the Taschenratte experience. And then maybe paste and maybe take that video and have it like in the end screen of the tech tree video and in the pinned comment, something like that. But then the other problem arises, what about all the other tech trees that we want to feature? Like right now, we're going through the Polish heavies. Are we gonna have to wait until they add a tier 11? Because they will.
Yeah.
At some point, they definitely will. Or are we just gonna do the tier 10 and then just wait? Because we don't know if the tier 11 is gonna drop in a month or in 5 years.
we're gonna be forced to play the ones that have a tier 11 in them at first.
Yeah, tier 11 premiums when? Yeah, it's just a matter of time, man.
3 tank destroyers. And
That German one looks very
light tank
goofy,
away.
though.
That
Look
This
at this
Deutschland
beast!
tank.
Look at this
Holy
beast tank!
at the right moment.
Jesus.
Look at this is gonna be this Zwhatsh. This is gonna be your new Type 5 heavy. I'm calling it
Passive
Zwhatsh.
effect that works
And
automatically.
we have
see about that.
the Ram tank.
Oh,
A
damn.
Ram
Situational
mechanic.
bonus that activates in certain
This one I'm not
conditions.
sure about. Is that just increased damage?
I think the longer you wait, the more damage you get.
Oh,
This thing is so stupid though.
This is-
This is broken. This is broken. So you like fire a shell
All
and
of
then
them highlight
you get a notification if you hit something. Why does every freaking tank needs a fucking mechanic? Why can't they just make a fun tank? Why do they have to dangle the keys every time? Like, look at this mechanic! Look at the track mechanic! At least they aren't locked behind loot boxes. What you missed in that sentence was the word yet.
I'm almost certain that we will get tier 10 premium tanks now because we have tier 11 now as as an excuse. Oh, you're not getting to the end game anymore.
But just look at this freaking... I don't even know what I'm looking at. I want to puke! What is this shit? What are we looking at, Zwhatsh?
Looks like a skill tree.
How much experience is this? It's an upgrade to the mechanic. It's I'm a Zwhatsh I never thought I would live to see today, where you can upgrade your mechanic. I mean, I'm okay with this if we get it for the Joe tanks. Grind.
A stat tracker, volumetric 2D styles, and gun sleeves.
I think this is fine though.
And to get all this,
Cosmetics.
all you need to do is play.
You can love it or hate it, doesn't affect the game.
Play
It's fine.
at the new tier. Stock vehicle configurations have been significantly improved.
That is very good.
This is probably one of the best things about this entire update.
They're making stock grinds less painful, or maybe even pleasant.
In my humble freaking opinion, they could get rid of the whole grind. Like you could have like side grades. Oh, you want a faster engine or a stronger engine? You want a hard-hitting gun or you want a DPM? That would be cool. Because these days, if you're a stock tank, like the matchmaker doesn't matter. The map, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get fucked. Your team will hate you. And it makes sense, like, 15 years ago, when basically converting experience and a premium account, that was like the only way wargaming made money back in the day. But now, that's just a tiny margin. Now they're selling tier 10s in loot boxes.
Brummer says they are removing fun modules like the 1 of 5 on the Panther 2. I'm so pissed about it. They should have kept the useless modules for free.
I think that may be a worthy sacrifice to make the overall grind for literally every player in the whole game more pleasant. But as I said, side grades, I would prefer if tech tree tanks, you still need to spend experience to get stuff. But again, instead of getting a better engine, you get a different engine. Instead of getting a better gun, you get a different gun. And if some tanks have these meme setups like derp cannons and stuff like that, again, you make them side grades.
Maybe on a German medium tank, for example, you could get an engine that is more powerful, but has like double the chance of it set on fire or something like that.
Even fully upgraded tech tree tanks versus premium tanks, you're fucked. Overall, this is a huge plus.
All radio modules apart from the top ones have been removed.
This.
Yeah.
Who ever said when playing World of Tanks that they needed to upgrade their radio?
Like, the radio is such of useless. Like, they could literally remove all the radios from the game, and no one would notice.
I mean, they have essentially done so. You're always gonna have the one radio.
When do you notice you have a weak radio? When you play tier 2. You climb to the hill on Malinovka, you can't see the friendlies in your base. In frontline, I suppose frontline. Honestly though, they could remove the radio, give all tanks infinite range, no one would notice or care. It took them 15 years to realize, this thing we had in this game on every tank since launch? Yeah, we don't need it.
While suspension no longer affects load capacity.
Huge plus! Yes!
That is very big.
How many times have you unlocked like the top gun or the top turret only to install it and realize, oh, I need the track?
Yeah, and then you have to put down some grousers or something just to get that gun on, and then you're like super
this
slow
has
anyways.
Never made any sense to me. This is honestly amazing. Like, why even have this?
This is like a War Thunder thing. This is not a World of Tanks thing.
It only took us 15 years update. Yeah, that's kind of how, like, so many of these things are huge W's, don't get us wrong. 15 years? Like, the armor viewer? Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Targeted improvements have been made to hundreds of vehicles.
Should have been done 15 years ago, but
I am very interested to see the patch notes for the big rebalance. That's going to be another whole stream.
That's going to be a weekend stream.
This is going to have at least the biggest implications in the rest of the game.
Yeah, the overall stat changes is going to be huge.
A number of premium tanks have been improved.
All the mutzes has been buffed.
The mutzes are half the screen. Every tank we have made hate videos about, they're all getting buffed. Yes! This is a tank I recognize, Zwhatsh. You know what this means, chat? Finally, we can do the
factory experience, unless they make a tier 11.
High
five is buff, let's go, baby!
Yeah.
The new Matchmaker.
Oh,
new Matchmaker.
Let's go.
They're basically keeping the Matchmaker they have tested on EU1, correct?
Yeah, the EU1 Matchmaker is going live.
For example, the Matchmaker will put a Badger against a T110E3, not against a Grill 15.
Thank God.
This bugs me so much because we asked Wargaming, why don't we have a role-based matchmaker? And they were like, don't we already have that?
Yeah,
And
that was many years ago.
yeah, and they were like, we have that. And we were like, do we?
No, we don't.
Okay.
And then
No.
like, yes, we do. And we'd be like, are you sure? Yes, we're sure. Okay, I guess we're wrong. And here they are, like 6 years later, we're adding role-based matchmaking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Teams are limited to 3 light tanks and
Still
5
too many,
tank
but I don't
destroyers
think
each.
it's going to work with less. I think this is exactly what they have been trying on EU1 for at least a couple of months now. And I think it's been one of the best changes to this game in like forever. The matchmaker has been nice. It's been +1, -1 almost every single time. Absolutely amazing. And with all the roles, again, I like it. I don't see a problem. This is what we've been asking for literally ages. They are limiting TDs and light tanks. And I think 3 light tanks is still too many because most maps, let's be real, only support 1, maybe 2. Or if you want to play light tanks, you obviously don't want to be sitting in queue for 3 minutes. So I think 3, it's probably too much for me in Zwhatsh, but I think it might be the sweet spot if you compare queue time versus, you know, game quality. I think that's as good as we're gonna go. I still think 3 is too many though. Like, this is what we keep saying, like, they know how to fix the game, but it takes them, it literally takes them a decade to do it!
If they didn't have the luxury of like striking gold with this game would be dead ages ago because they're just so slow with everything. They don't have any competition, so they have the luxury of being able to be slow, but being slow isn't really that good, is it?
This is something that kind of confuses me. So there are what, 3 new campaigns or 3 new tanks. You have difficult missions in 3 different categories, but you can also just do the daily missions. Okay, you don't want to go through all these painful missions, you can just play the game normally. I like that. But it kind of negates the whole point of getting the tank in the first place, isn't it? So over time, literally anyone can get these tanks.
Okay, pros, literally anyone can get these tanks. Cons, literally anyone can get these tanks.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Because it negates the whole point. It's because, but like a couple of years from now, you won't be able to tell the 69% Unicum who got this tank on day 1 versus Steve, who did daily missions for 3 years.
Do you remember that snow map in recon mode, Edwin?
Yeah, that's this one.
This is that one, but now it's grass.
I remember hating it because everyone just went to the freaking factory, hold down, and that was it.
And the other flanks were just like open death zones.
Yeah, that's just no man's land. One of the main complaints about this video that I read about is that, oh my god, we only got 1 new map. Guys, do we really want Wargaming to release more maps? You guys just want more maps? You want more shit? When was the last map that Wargaming launched that was good on arrival? I honestly cannot remember. Most contract maps were user created. Wish they could try something like that. I agree, man.
Pressing the
All right. Oh, right. This thing. Here we go. Armor flashlight. You activate it with the Y button. There's like a delay to it as well. I've heard a lot of negative opinions about this. It's gonna break the game or whatever. For me personally, I think this is a perfect mechanic for me to actually recommend this game to people who have never played this game.
Yeah.
This is just a new player mechanic.
Yeah, and you need to hold a button, and then it takes like a second or 2 before it shows up. There's a poll going right now. What do you think about this mechanic? I've seen a lot of players seem to be really against this, and I really understand why, because it takes out a lot of the skill and knowledge of the game. When I started playing, like, a big part of the game was learning weak spots, and as I've been actively playing for freaking almost 15 years now, it's easy because every time there are new tanks, you can kind of memorize every new tank. What if you start playing World of Tanks today and you try to learn the weak spots of 700 tanks? There is no human way you can do that. So I think this is bad, well, negative somewhat for the higher end players, and that's gonna be you guys watching YouTube videos on Twitch, because, you know, the lower end players, they probably don't do that. Because your skill will be slightly negated, because the bad players will be able to catch up. But if you guys want this game to stay alive long term, this is amazing for beginners, and I think they kind of struck a decent balance, because you need to press a button and wait, and then you get a small flashlight. This is not gonna be like you aim at a tank and it just points you with a red arrow where to shoot it. I think this is gonna be a learning tool. I mean, for me and Zwhatsh, I don't see ourselves using it that much.
Personally, I am cautiously optimistic about this mechanic.
Yeah.
And I think this is, as I said, perfect way to introduce new players to the game.
Yeah, it would be different if you aimed, like you're looking at the screen right now, you aim at the gun mantler, it turns yellow. It would be bad if you did this and the entire tank just became a bunch of colors, like on tanks.gg or in the new garage. That I would not like. But this is just like, oh, if you aim a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, you get it, like you're doing it, but you're not quite there. And again, I think it's to keep the game alive for new players. Like, if you're a new player, this game has to be a bloody nightmare. How many of you have tried to get a friend to play this game? It's almost impossible.
I mean, there are mods to paint the tanks. New players aren't going to install mods.
No.
They're not going to be aware that there are mods and why you would have to install a mod in the first place.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't really understand that wargaming, like the average gamer, is just your divorced father or Zwhatsh, who's living in his mom's basement, who comes home after school or work, and maybe every other day they have time to play 3 games. That's like the average player. For people like those, tools like this is an amazing way to just make them keep up and hopefully not quit too soon. But I know a lot of people are negative. I think it can be good. Time will tell. It's not going to be very good for you and me, Zwhatsh. But for beginners, I think it's going to be amazing. But time will tell. We will try this. We will try this when it goes live. Time will tell. This in combination with the armor layout in the garage, I think is great, because you might turn the flashlight on, you don't find a decent weak spot, you get absolutely murdered. Well, then now you can go to the garage and you can have a closer look. And then, it's all on the top left over there, there's a hatch, I think. Then you meet the tank again. You turn on the flashlight. Oh, there it is. Bang, you memorized it. Move on to the next tank. The way it's being introduced is fine. Yeah, I don't see a big problem with it. I think a lot of people have this mindset that, oh my god, I've been learning weak spots for 15 years on 700 vehicles. That's amazing. I mean, I'm there too. But you gotta think of Steve, who started playing a week ago, and who just got his Panzer IV. You think of the people you need in this game to farm 3 marks. You need them.
It activates.
Think of the children.
After you stop and start aiming.
No, you need to stop as well.
I need to stop. Okay.
This camp hold down toxic position
bunker with
now gets an improved flank
its doors to everyone.
in a random event.
They know how to fix map, Zwhatsh.
We need that in the base as a base feature of the map, not as a f***ing random event.
We said this before. They know how to fix maps, but they can only do it in random events. It's like the random event team. They have the competence to fix maps, but the map design team are headless chickens. Like, honestly, like I think every single random event in this game improves the map. It just makes the, like, oh, you fixed it. You know this toxic ass flank? A freaking nuke drops. Boom, we fixed it. Great, amazing, like on Ruinberg. They nuke half the city, and all of a sudden, you can play in the city. Why don't it? This is amazing, but it should be in the base map.
Yep, it should just be a design of the map.
I understand your frustration. I feel the exact same. Yeah, now you can play on this map.
Features periodically passing trains that create dynamic cover for moving forward or changing position.
This is cool.
Is that a freaking Hellfire missile in Wall of Tanks?
And this is probably also gonna improve this flank.
Yeah, this flank is kind of toxic too.
So much Type 5 footage. They really wanna hammer home the fact that they buffed the Type 5.
Yeah.
I like it.